Greetings everyone. Welcome back to Storytime Recaps. In this video, I'm going to recap one of the films from 2018, Insidious, The Last Key. Before we start, I hope your day be filled with sunshine and smile. Enjoy the story. The film opens in 1953, showing Elise growing up in New Mexico with her father Gerald, brother Christian, and mother Audrey. Gerald is employed by a local prison as an executioner. The night of the prisoner's electric chair execution, she starts to see ghostly things and gains knowledge of the prisoner's identity, family, and offense. Speaking with Elise, Elise's mother assures her that she can turn to her for anything, even though her father is terrified of her gifts and doesn't understand them. Christian receives a toy whistle from her mother as they go to sleep, and she assures him that she will be there to protect him whenever he uses it. That evening, as they go to sleep, Elise hears something in the room and tries to talk to the spirit, forcing it to come out. Elise and her brother scream because they are scared of the spirit. Gerald barges in and tries to get Elise to acknowledge that she didn't see a ghost. Gerald strikes Elise when she refuses, tosses her into the basement, and disappears, leaving her alone. While she's there, a demon appears through the red door and, using a childlike voice, entices her to open it by pointing her toward a key that hangs nearby. A hand with keys for fingers attaches the key to its thumb as she picks up the key to open it. Elise is taken over by Keyface, the demon, who makes the house tremble violently. Audrey notices Elise trembling in front of a wall when she heads to the basement to look around. Audrey gets choked by a wire that hangs down from the ceiling. Gerald discovers his wife's lifeless body just as Elise is freed from her custody. Elise, who is older, awakens from her nightmare. Elise takes phone calls from clients while working as a paranormal investigator alongside her two co-workers, Specs and Tucker. Ted Garza, who has been having paranormal activity since moving into his house, calls her for assistance. He admits over the phone that he now resides in the house she grew up in. She reluctantly tells her co-workers what transpired in her early years before opting to take the position in an effort to put things right. Elise stays with Garza in her former house in New Mexico. He informs her that there have been numerous paranormal occurrences in the house, most of which have occurred in her former bedroom, which he has blockaded and won't go inside. That evening, Elise uses a night vision camera to take a walk through the house so the other person can see what she does. She finds Christian's whistle, which he had lost when he was 6, under their bed while she is in her old room. Subsequently, she discovers in her room a set of keys fastened to her father's old uniform. Mysterious noises guide her to the basement, where a female ghost that is visible only to the crew appears. She can't resist jumping her from behind, stealing the whistle, and yelling help her as she is about to touch the ghost. Elise then tells them that she had previously seen the ghost when she was a teenager and describes a day when she and Christian were cleaning the floor. After hearing a disturbance, Elise went to the laundry room, where she first noticed the female ghost. Gerald shows up, but he fails to notice the ghost. She begs him not to hurt her and snatches his face, telling him he has a heart attack and will eventually pass away. After that, she flees her house and leaves Christian behind. The next scene shows Elise and her co-workers in a cafe as two women take seats next to her. Elise realizes they are her nieces, Christian's daughters. As soon as Christian enters and sees her, he gets angry and accuses her of lying and leaving him with their father. Christian hurries out and won't communicate with Elise again. After that, Elise tells one of the daughters that she found Christian's whistle in their former bedroom and gives him a picture of it. Tucker and Elise are exploring the house that evening when they hear someone blowing a whistle downstairs. Elise follows the whistle to the basement, where she discovers it originates from behind a dead wall. After asking several questions, Elise finds out that what she's searching for is behind the wall. Elise races to her bedroom to grab the keys after realizing that the wall doubles as a door. Elise discovers a missing girl chained to the wall when she opens the door. Then, under the influence of Keyface, Garza storms in, threatening them with a gun, locks them in, and then leaves to find Specs upstairs. Then, before Garza could kill him, Specs disarms him and knocks over a bookcase, instantly killing Garza. Elise is taken in for questioning after the police show up to save the girl. Elise discovers that her brother and his two daughters have gone to the house in search of the whistle because of its sentimental value to Christian while she is being questioned by the police, and sees the ghost of her niece Melissa in the police station. Keyface lures Melissa into the basement by posing as her father. Keyface attacks Melissa while she is there, puts a key finger in her throat, and drags her soul into the further. While Christian and Imogen are searching for Melissa, Elise dashes in and discovers her in the hidden cellar room where they discovered the missing girl. Melissa is cuffed to a bed, covered in blood. Elise swears she will win back Melissa's soul. Imogen stays to assist Elise after confessing to her that she can also see spirits as a result of this. In order to find Melissa, Elise and Tucker search the basement for the ghost and look for the red door leading into the further. Elise thinks the red Bible that Garza treasured might be of assistance to Imogen and Specs, so they set out to locate it. Elise discovers a nightgown that belonged to the female ghost whose name is Anna when she investigates what she believes to be an exhaust vent from the plumbing systems in the basement. Elise can see in a flashback when she holds the gown that the day she saw Anna in the laundry room, she was alive and had, like Garza, escaped from the cellar room where Gerald had kept her. Gerald saw Anna when he entered the laundry room, but he pretended nothing was there. Elise also witnesses her father killing Anna brutally after her younger self had fled the house. Elise and Tucker emerge from the vision to find a string of the gown tied to a suitcase in the plumbing pipes. Elise enters to inspect the suitcase after Tucker removes the exhaust. Inside, Elise discovers Anna's skeleton and possessions. As she is ready to leave the pipes, she hears a disturbance in the distance. She investigates and discovers numerous more identical suitcases containing the remains of various people. Keyface attacks her as she searches through one of the suitcases, dragging her into the further. Imogen enters the further for the first time in an attempt to save Elise, who has been taken prisoner by Keyface and is currently in the further. Anna greets her, leads her to the red door, hands her the whistle, and informs her that she is not allowed to go any farther. The next scene shows Elise chained to a cage and wearing a collar to relive the terrifying moment when Gerald beat her for admitting as a child that she could see ghosts. After witnessing Gerald being subjugated by the malevolent force, Elise is given a cane so she can beat him and exact her revenge. After spotting Elise and calling out to her, when Elise hears Gerald repeat Garza's description of the entity inside his head, she realizes that Gerald was the demon's puppet. Imogen snaps the cane and declares to Keyface that she will no longer harbor hatred toward him. When Elise offers herself, Keyface stops taking Imogen and Melissa's souls. After stabbing Melissa, whose body begins to die in the real world, Keyface strikes Elise in an attempt to silence her and seize control of her. Then Imogen tosses the whistle to her. She makes use of it, inspiring Audrey to intervene on their behalf and defeat Keyface. When she sees her mother again, she tries to apologize for her passing, but her mother has already accepted her apology. As soon as they realize Melissa is dying, the three of them rush out of the further. Melissa's life is saved when her spirit ray enters her body. After returning to reality, Elise and Imogen rush to the hospital to meet up with Melissa and Christian. After Elise gives Christian her whistle and accepts his forgiveness, they hug and Elise heads back to her California home. Elise is startled out of sleep when she sees Dalton and the lipstick demon towering over him. Her phone rings at that precise moment. The person on the other end of the call reveals that Elise had previously assisted her son, and that Dalton, his son, is currently exhibiting the same symptoms. Elise promises to meet him in the morning and offers to assist.